Hello YouTube. As you can see, I got some new shit. I got all that shit. 51-inch flat screen TV, 42-inch flat screen TV, laptop, like 17 inches. But alright, just thought I'd show you guys that, just so you see that this image right here, I can't even get both these motherfuckers in the same view. But anyways, how y'all doing out there? This is another show of your favorite show, Random Shit. Hold on, let me close this door because the air conditioner blowing in. Alright, today on this episode of Random Shit, we are going to talk about, turn this down, too much noise, Assassin's Creed, cool ass game. We're going to talk about some serious shit today. Now, if you all haven't heard by now that this country got a fucking problem, alright? This country has a fucking problem. You wanna know what that problem is? The people don't know how to stand up to their government and tell them to stop doing the bullshit things that they're doing. So, the people get screwed, and the people in the government get to do whatever the fuck they want and never get in trouble for it. But if you do the same shit that they do, then you can go to prison, you get SWAT teamed, you get looked down upon for doing the same shit that the government does and doesn't get in trouble for. You will go to jail for it. So, what I'm talking about is this debt limit bullshit. This bullshit. This is a bunch of fucking bullshit is what it is. Should we raise the debt limit? Should we not raise the debt limit? Should we come up with some sort of agreement that we can all agree on? Well, who the fuck is all? You got like 555 people or 550 some odd people up in Congress and fucking the House, the Senate, the President and his cabinet. You got less than 1,000 people dictating what 30 million people want. And they have no idea what the fuck we want because they don't fucking listen, do they? They don't listen to shit. We tell them no, they do it anyways. We tell them yes. If they didn't want to do it, they don't do it. It's bullshit, is what it is. So, they're talking about this debt limit ceiling bullshit. Okay? Now, let me put on my professor hat here. If none of you all know what debt is what you accrue when you, as the person getting lended money, allow somebody else to allow you to accept their money. So when you accept a loan, which is what this is, they say, I will loan you, say, $1,000. But for giving you $1,000, I'm gonna give you this $1,000, but in return you have to pay me back $1,500. Just for letting me use $1,000, you gotta pay me back the $1,000 that I gave you plus another $500. The principal is the $1,000. The debt or the interest is the $500. So, you know, that might not seem like a lot to some of you. That might seem like a lot. Half of what you were loaned, you have to pay back. Well, imagine the government does this billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of times a year. And they also have to pay back interest or debt to the private Federal Reserve. Yes, people, the Federal Reserve is a private bank. Let me tear down that little shade for a second. Oh, but it's called federal, stupid. It means it's part of the federal government because it's called federal. No, you're a fucking idiot. Plain and simple. You are retarded if you think that the Federal Reserve is part of the government. Let's get that out of the way. The government has given this private bank the ability to take our currency, print it, determine what the interest rate on that money is, and then loan it to us. It's a private bank that's loaning the government money. The government has to pay back the money that it gets loaned from the private Federal Reserve, and then it can get more money. This on a daily basis, over and over and over again. Well, see, the problem is that it's just like your credit card. If any of you have a credit card out there, I don't have credit cards. I don't use credit cards. I just use cash. So if any of you have credit cards out there, if you have $100 in your bank account and you use your credit card and say you spend $300, well, you only have $100. So one, why the fuck are you spending $300 that you ain't got, or $200 that you ain't got? Because you only got 100. But when you get that bill, they say, all right, you only have to pay the minimum payment every month, and you can start paying off your debt or your interest on that card. Well, this is what the government did for a very, very long time, years upon years upon years upon years. Every day they did this. Now, to make it worse, the banks took all that money, all that. Now, your taxes go to pay off the interest. They don't go to roads. They don't go to infrastructure. They don't go to services. They go straight to the banks on the interest of the money that they printed out and loaned us. So that's what happened. And then the banks, with all that money that we use to buy houses and shit like that, and then people put in mortgages, the bank said, hey, look, we can take all these little mortgages and we're going to put them together and we're going to put them on the stock market and call them derivatives. This is great. Now we can sell people's mortgages to different people that will take over the payment, the payments that are getting set up by those people. So what happened was is they said, wait a minute, we can sell these more than once and we won't get caught. So they took the same bundle and they sold it here and 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 here. The same bundle. But there were millions of bundles. And they sold them all multiple times. This is what our debt is. Our debt is not ours. It's the bank's debt. They should be paying it, not us. But they forced us through bailouts and all this other bullshit to say, we need your money, so give it to us so we can pay back the debt that we created. That'd be like me going to the store, blowing all my money, breaking a bunch of shit in the store and having to pay back the store money. Me going to you and saying, you owe the store some money because of what I did. That's how stupid the situation is, but nobody seems to fucking get it. Nobody seems to get what the fuck is going on. Because half the people out there are retarded, mind-numb fucking idiots that all they care about is fucking sports, sitcoms, and bullshit-ass fucking things like that. Nobody gave a shit about the fucking debt limit. Nobody gave a shit about any of that shit. Once NFL was back, ooh, the NFL, yay. Those motherfuckers don't do shit for you. They don't give a fuck about you. So why the fuck do you care so much about goddamn football? You gain nothing from it. Now, this shit that's happening, oh, I'm sorry, am I not being, is that not manly? Is that not manly to say that I don't like football? I don't watch fucking sports. You know why? Because they're fucking boring. I'll play them, but I ain't gonna fucking watch them. And that does not make me a man. That does not take away any of my manhood. No, I worry about real shit that's going on. Shit that actually affects me. And speaking to you, trying to help you out, that's more manly than watching some dumb fuck on a goddamn screen throw a ball back and forth and tackle each other. That's not important at all. So think about it, people. Now, to my point, they should not raise the debt limit. They should not raise the debt ceiling. Because regardless of whether they raise it or they don't raise it, we're still going to default. Our money's being devalued constantly, every day. So it's the simple analogy. Do you want to pull off a Band-Aid quick, or do you want to do it real slow so it's nice and painful? Me, I'd rather do it quick and deal with the consequences and get to fixing the shit rather than doing it slow and painful by raising the goddamn debt limit and starting another bailout and starting another QE3 or whatever, QE4, whatever the fuck we're on. No, just rip the shit off, default, rebuild, and we will no longer be beholden to the banks. Once we default on this so-called debt that we owe, then we can kick them the fuck out and put it back to the way it used to be. Because this country was founded without taxes, without an income tax, without federal banks, without centralized banks, without banks, period. This country was founded on good, hard work and ingenuity, not banks, not taxes, not a federal government, not even a state government. Just people building shit and making it a better place to live. This country was not founded with everything that we have today. That was built later. This country was built from us, so we need to take it back peacefully, no violence, default on the debt, not be beholden to the bankers anymore, kick them the fuck out, or put them in jail for all the fraud, the felonies, all the bullshit that they've done, because everything that they've done has been illegal, and rebuild this country the way it's supposed to be. So, thank you for watching. This has been another episode of Random Shit.